Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, and welcome back to another edition of Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. Another live edition of Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. Welcome to those of you that are watching this video on demand, and welcome to those of you that will be joining me live. We've got a nice show for you guys tonight. I wanted to get ahead of the curve, and instead of waiting around for someone to hit me up and say, Matt, are we doing the new moon? I didn't need a reminder because you guys have been so great at reminding me in the past to make sure we come on and do the new moon and the full moon, new moon manifestation and full moon gratitude videos. So here we are tonight. The moon has just entered into the new moon phase, and it's a new moon in the sign of Aquarius. If you are following the tropical astrology, now Vedic astrology is going to be a new moon in Capricorn. But y'all know me by now. I don't do Vedic astrology on this channel. Okay, everything I do is tropical. Am I familiar with Vedic? Absolutely. But what we do over here is tropical. So give me just a moment. And I want to make sure that I've got everything set up properly, because the last time we did this drill, family, I was not able to share my screen. So let me make sure that the sharing works this time. And it looks like we're working. So I'm good. I'm good. All right, good. I'm excited. So let me do this. We're waiting for a few people to join. And I want y'all to do me a favor and hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button, because it's going to alert more people to the fact that we're on. Y'all know y'all do a huge favor for me when you tap that like button. Why? Because Bernadette, what's up, Bernadette? What is up? You guys do me a huge favor when you tap that like button, because what that does for me is it helps the algorithm, and it helps us to propagate this video, because y'all know how it is with some of these truth channels. You know, they don't always get the love that some of the other channels get. Okay, so I kind of want to get started tonight, y'all. I don't want to spend too much time, so I'm not going to do the intro music or anything like that. I kind of want to get right into this thing tonight, so I'm going to let a few more people join, and I'm gonna rap with y'all in the chat for just a moment. Tora girl, what is up, Tora girl? How you doing tonight? How you doing? So yeah, like I said, I just want to kind of get started tonight, y'all know. And let me, Anya's intuitive, yay. I got my homegirl Anya in the house, y'all. I got my homegirl, my soul sister from another galaxy, from another mister. We probably from the same galaxy. I mean, the way we vibe. So what's up, Anya? Thank you for being here tonight. So listen, while we're waiting for some more people to join, for the benefit of those that are watching this video on demand, and for those that are watching this video live, and again, housekeeping rules, y'all do Matt D. Talford a huge favor by tapping that like button on the front end. Now, if for some reason you do not like the content by the time we get midway or in the thick of it or toward the end, and you want to tap or untap that like button, I get it. But y'all help me out, because it lets people know that we are live. What's up, Allie Rue? What is up? She said we're watching with Maya. More and more books. What is up? More and more books. We got Karen in the house. All right, y'all, that's enough for me to get started. So let me do this, y'all. Let me get right into the swing of things tonight. Y'all know the last few times I've done this, I have read that opening copy, so I'm gonna do that now. I call it opening copy. I'm basically reading what's in the description box, because not everybody reads the copy in the description box, and some of the stuff I write in the description box is kind of like it's a narrative in and of itself. So let me read to get started. Who remembers the 1990s ad slogan used by the company BASF? And for those of y'all that don't know, BASF is a chemical company here in the United States. Don't know what country you're watching me from tonight, but BASF is a chemical company in the United States, and they had an ad campaign back in the 1990s, and that ad copy went a little something like this. It read, "Here at BASF," I'm not here at BASF, so BASF, don't come for me, all right? I'm just reading y'all copy from the 1990s. If anything, I'm giving y'all free advertising, so don't come for me, all right? But that ad went something like, "Here at BASF, we don't make a lot of the products you buy. We make a lot of the products you buy better." Who remembers that? If you remember that ad campaign, throw a thumbs up or a hand up emoji in there. That was a huge ad campaign that they used to put on a lot of the TV commercials back during the 1990s or whatever. So anyway, that ad copy is the perfect explanation of Aquarian energy. Leo, which is the natural ruler of the fifth house, is the energy of creation. Aquarius is the energy of innovation, which seeks to perfect something that is already in creation, right? You got a creator over here, then you got an innovator over here. All an innovator does is they take an existing idea and they try to make it better for everybody. That is exactly what Aquarian energy is about. So, with this new moon being in cosmic alignment with the current Pluto energy of destruction and recreation, this new moon in Aquarius is supercharged by that powerhouse planet, Pluto. In tonight's live stream, family, we're going to talk about how to tap into the energy of your favorite applicable re word, and talk about ways that we can rebuild, reinvent, recreate, refresh, kind of like the vessels of the water bearer. Y'all know the iconography, the icon for Aquarius is the water bearer. Okay, so we're going to talk about that favorite reword, and if you have a favorite reword, put that in the chat, because that is exactly what we're going to be looking to do as we do our new moon manifestation. New moon manifestation, family. What are we doing? We plant the seed tonight. Okay, tonight we plant the seed. Tomorrow as well. This new moon cycle will last roughly about 2 days, 2.5 days. So the moon just entered into the new moon phase on this evening. So we are at a new moon in Aquarius if you are following tropical astrology. If you're in Vedic, this one ain't for you, okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to basically, again, in the chat, I want you to type your favorite reword, whatever that is. It could be remedy, it could be review, it could be revise, it could be revisit, it could be reinvent, whatever your favorite reword, which re meaning do-over. And I'm going to go into the etymology of that prefix re in just a moment. But whatever your favorite reword is, put that in the chat, okay? Because tonight, some of the words I chose are rebuild, reinvent, recreate, refresh, okay? Like the water bearer from the vessels, or like the vessels from the water bearer, or revolutionize some area of your life based upon the house that Aquarius occupies in your natal chart. Also, when considering the energy of Uranus, which is the planetary ruler of Aquarius, remember the U words that are associated with that energy. Uranus starts with U, and there are two very powerful words or poignant words that apply. One of them is unexpected, and the other is unconventional. So we're going to be talking about seeds that we can plant on that have to do with ways that we can be, do things in an unexpected way or an unconventional way in conjunction with those rewords that we chose. Okay. Keep those themes in mind as you prepare for this revolutionary live stream. And that pun was intended. Okay. All right. So now let me read some chat. And redemption, I like that hot shot. Let's see what you guys got in there. What's up, Allie Rue? Anya, we got in the house. Tora girl. Rose McKnight. What's up, Miss McKnight? How you doing tonight? All right. Bernadette said renew. Rose says she's a moon in Aquarius. We got another moon in Aquarius in there. Holla at your boy, Anya. We got another Aquarius moon. So if your natal moon is in the sign of Aquarius, then you're right at home. You're probably feeling extra tonight. Okay. You're probably feeling extra. So realization, I like that. Renew, I like that. So let's do this. Let me begin by telling that dog that's barking outside my door to be quiet, please, because Maddie's over here talking. All right. Let me get a new window open and I'm gonna get started, family. It feels a little weird getting started without music. That music kind of gets me hyped up a little bit, but I don't need music to get me hyped up when y'all are in the house. All right. So let's do this. Let's go to Edom Online. And let me check my notes. And let's see what we got here. Let me check my notes, family. We get started here. We're getting started right now. Alrighty. We're right in there. We're right in there. Let's do this. All right. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me make sure my note updated. It did update. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go into the etymology of the word re, and then we're going to talk about this for you guys. All right. Here we go. We got Fanny LeGrand. That's an Aquarius South node. Okay, Fanny. Okay, I hear you over there. I hear you. All right, so here we go. Let's see. What do we got? Okay, I think I'm okay to share this now. So let me share this. We're going to start with this by reading this etymology of the word or the prefix re. Let's do this together. Thank y'all for being here tonight, by the way. Thank y'all for being here. I know y'all could be anywhere right now. Y'all could be anywhere on a Tuesday night, but y'all hanging out with Matt D. Talford. And I don't take that lightly, family. Here we go. All right, so I need to share this because y'all are not going to get me on a fumble of the ball right out the gate. We don't do that. We don't fumble right out the gate over here. Here we go. All right, so I'm sharing here This is from one of my favorite websites, etymonline.com, the online etymology dictionary. If you guys are not familiar with it, I strongly recommend that you pull it up and you bookmark it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to scroll down to the one that is the prefix, and this is the one I bookmarked earlier. So let me pull this up. Let me make sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing on the screen. Looks like we're okay. What's up, Aaron Choi? What's up, family? What's up? Hey, listen, y'all let me know what part of the world y'all tapping in from, or if y'all in the US, just put your state in there, just so I know what kind of reach I'm getting. Sometimes with the dashboard in YouTube Studio, it doesn't always show you where people are tapping in from. So y'all put in the chat, if you don't mind, just put in the chat where you're tapping in from, so I'll know what this reach looks like. Okay, it helps me out. Now, I'm going to read this directly from the website. Word forming element meaning back from, back to the original place. Also, again, anew, once more. Also conveying the notion of undoing or backward, etc. Okay, see sense evolution below. Circa 1200 from Old French re and directly from Latin re, an inseparable prefix meaning again, back, anew, and against. All right, Watkins 2000 describes this as a Latin combining form conceivably from Indo-European ret, metathetical variant of wort or to turn. All right, keep these themes in mind because they're very Aquarian. Devan says the only acceptable etymology for it is a 2004 explanation which reconstructs, there's that reword again, right? Something is constructed in the 5th house is reconstructed in the 11th house. Y'all see how I did that? Leo constructed it. Aquarius came along and reconstructed it. Why does Aquarius reconstruct it? It reconstructs it because it says, you know what? This could be built, this could be constructed better. All right. Or it could shore up something that over time wore out, a la Pluto in Aquarius. Here we go. It is a 2004 explanation which reconstructs a root in pi, U-R-E, or back. Okay. In earliest Latin, the prefix became red before vowels and H. A form preserved in redact, redeem, redolent, redundant, redintegrate, and in disguise, render. In some English words from French and Italian, re appears as ra, and the following consonant is often doubled. See rally. We're not going to go there. The many meanings in the notion of back give re its broad sense range, a turning back. We see that theme in scripture a lot. Okay, not going to talk about that part too much tonight. Opposition, restoration to a former state, transition to an opposite state, transition to an opposite state. I like that. That's very Aquarian. From the extended senses in again, becomes repetition of an action. And in this sense, it is extremely common as a formative element in English, applicable to any verb. OED writes that it is impossible to attempt a complete record of all the forms resulting from its use. That is so true, y'all. You can use anywhere and in anything. And adds that the number of these is practically infinite, often merely intensive, and in many of the older borrowings from French and Latin, the precise sense of is forgotten, lost in secondary senses, or weakened beyond recognition, so that it has no apparent semantic content. Receive, recommend, recover, reduce, recreate, refer. Religion, I'm gonna look that one up. Religion, relegare, okay? Religion, remain, request, and require. There seem to have been more such words in Middle English than after, e.g., recomfort, which is a verb to comfort, console, encourage. Recourse, a process, way, course. Recover in Middle English also could mean obtain or win. Happiness, a kingdom, etc., with no notion of getting something back. Also, gain the upper hand, overcome, arrive at. It's kind of not what that means today. I mean, even if militarily speaking, if you recover something, you're taking back some territory perhaps that you lost in an earlier battle. So that one doesn't jive as much today. Said it kind of belonged to Middle English. Anyway, also consider the legal sense of recovery as obtained property by judgment or legal proceedings. And due to sound changes and accent shifts, sometimes entirely loses its identity as a prefix, as in rebel or rebel, relic, remnant, restive, and rest. Remainder, rally, or bring together. In a few words, it is reduced to R, as in ransom, a doublet of redemption, rampart, etc. Okay, I think that's probably a good place to stop. But I definitely want to look up religion for just a moment here to see how that word plugs in there, because we talk about that here: religion versus spirituality, right? Religion. I'm just want to scan this really quick and see where that comes in. Second paragraph there. This noun of action was derived by Cicero from relegere, or go through again, in reading or in thought, from again, plus legere, which is read. However, popular etymology among the later ancients, Servius, Lactantius, and Augustine, and the interpretation of many modern writers connects it with relegere, which is to bind fast. To bind fast. Religion, to bind. Interesting. Spirituality sets free. Religion is often bound by rules that are often man-made and have nothing to do with the creator. All right. To bind fast, this is where we pick it up. See, rely via the notion of place an obligation on or bond between humans and gods. Place an obligation on. In that case, the word would be intensive. Another possible origin is religiens, or careful, opposite of negligence. In English, the meaning, particular system of faith in the worship of a divine being or beings, is by circa 1300. The sense of recognition, there's that word again, recognition. Recognition, to cognate. What is cognitive? Cognitive is to see, to obtain, to understand again. Recognition, recognition. Oh, I got it. I recognize that. Okay, cognitive. Y'all see this thing really is infinite. Okay, and recognition of an allegiance in manner of life perceived as justly due to a higher unseen power or powers. All right, enough of that, y'all. Enough of that. So let's see what we got here. Let me read some comments before we read some comments. Okay, don't give me no. All right. All right, let's see. Okay, we got Florida in the house, Texas, South Carolina, Brooklyn, Tejas. All right, Aquarius. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. I got it. We got Alabama, Alabama. Only someone from Brooklyn would say it's a state. BK Strong. I love that. Green Tambourine said, my word. What's up, Green Tambourine? Green Tambourine said, my word is resuscitate. Interesting. And that was a word that I engaged a lot when I worked in the ER for 4 years. We did a lot of resuscitation of people who weren't breathing, but that's a story for another day. All right. So let me do this. Let me check my notes. And I wanted to give you guys that rundown of because what we're going to do now is we're going to quickly go through the houses. Y'all that have been with me for a while, you know that I've done this house thing for a while. This again is Western astrology. This is not Vedic or Eastern. Okay. This is going to be based on your Western chart. So with this, you will need to know your house placement. You'll need to know your rising sign through your 12th house. Okay. Your first house through your 12th house. If for some reason, just a word of caution here, not caution really, because it's nothing to be aware of. Nothing to be afraid of, but just a word to the wise. For those of you that are not familiar with intercepted houses that you only see in the Placidus house system, which is my preferred one. A lot of people like whole sign. A lot of people like equal house. I'm a Placidus guy for reasons I won't get into tonight. I've gone into them before. If you are looking at your Placidus house system and you do not see Aquarius, then what that means is that you have Aquarius intercepted in the same house in which you have Capricorn. Okay, so whatever cusp you have Capricorn on, for example, that's my very situation. I don't mind sharing that. I have Capricorn sitting on my 4th house cusp, and then on my 5th house cusp, I have Pisces. Does that mean I don't have Aquarius house with Aquarius? No, it just means Aquarius is sitting in my 4th house. Okay, along with Capricorn. So for those of you that look through your chart, if you're looking at Placidus and you do not see a house that Aquarius occupies, it simply means that you have Aquarius sitting in the same house with Capricorn. Okay, so wanted to put that out there for anybody that might wonder about that. Before I got good with astrology, I would tell people that I didn't have any Aquarius or Leo in my chart. And I asked the seasoned astrologer on their social media, and never got an answer. Okay. So I had to do a little bit of investigative research. Shout out to Bernadette. Bernadette is one of the best researchers and investigators I've seen in a long time. Shout out to anybody that got Scorpio and Virgo in their chart. Okay. Because y'all got it going on in that department. Matter of fact, when I need to know something, I'm tapping into one of my Scorpio or my Virgo friends because they're going to help me get the knowledge quickly, a lot faster than I probably could as a Capricorn. All right. Capricorn, we in it for the long haul. But anyway, so I just wanted to throw that out there before we go through these houses. So now you take your favorite. Hey, what's up, Lady Dagger Status? You take your favorite reword. For me, I'm going to take the reword that goes with, I think best goes with the house that I'm going to be describing. But you guys plug in your favorite reword because this is ultimately all about you. Now, the new moon, as I've said before, is the time to plant seed, okay? The time to conceive. We conceive during the new moon. We receive during the full moon. Got that? A lot of people are still out there teaching that the full moon is about releasing. It is not about releasing, okay? The full moon is about receiving. You conceive during the new moon, you receive during the full moon. So in this conception period of this new moon in Aquarius, what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be planting seed. We're going to be impregnating the universe. Let's say that. We're impregnating the universe tonight, okay? We're planting seed in the universe for the baby that we want delivered 6 months from now in Leo season, when the full moon will be in the sign of Aquarius. We'll be receiving then the gifts that we're planting based on the seeds that we're planting tonight, okay? So, y'all ready to impregnate the universe? Let's do it. All right. I need something to signal to myself that because I like to do timestamps for people. Give me a second here. I'm just going to grab a sheet of paper from over here. And when you guys see me hold up this piece of paper, I'm just signaling to myself that a timestamp goes here, okay, that a time marker. So I'm holding this up, blank sheet of paper, meaning you can make whatever you want to be on there, all right? It's a blank sheet of paper. It's a blank check to the universe. You write out what you want to go on there, all right? If you have Aquarius sitting in your first house, if you have Aquarius sitting in your first house, aka you are an Aquarius rising, I want you, and let me say this before I get started, I almost left something out. Pay attention to the element that is your moon sign. If you are a water moon, and I'm starting with water because the moon is water, okay? And astrologically speaking, the moon is water. If your moon sign element is water, meaning you are a Pisces moon, a Cancer moon, or a Scorpio moon, your new moon manifestation is best done in or around water. So find a body of water nearby you, a lake, a stream, a brook, an ocean if you live near the beach or whatever. Or you can simply run a bathtub and get in it. You can jump in the shower. You can stand outside in the rain like I did last month. You can wash the dishes. Y'all, I get all sorts of downloads. I'm a water moon. I'm a Cancer moon. I get all sorts of downloads when I'm washing dishes, either at night or in the morning, depending on when I want to do it. So if your moon element is water, meaning you are a Pisces moon, a Cancer moon, or a Scorpio moon, your new moon manifestations are best done working with water. If your moon is an earth moon, meaning your moon is in Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, your new moon manifestations are best done working with earth. And the absolute number one way I found to do it is to simply stand outside barefoot, or sit outside with your butt on the ground, okay? Or sit with your back against a tree or something like that, working with earth. Your new moon manifestations are best done working with earth if you are a Capricorn moon, a Taurus moon, or a Virgo moon. If your, let me get rid of that call. If your moon element is air, meaning you are an Aquarius moon, a Gemini moon, or a Libra moon, then you pretty much, that's like omnivore, whatever, omnipresent. You pretty much can just, you can meditate on it. You can think on it. You can go outside and just breathe in and out. You can just do breath work. You can do breathing exercises, anything that has to deal with airflow. You literally can be anywhere when you do this. You can simply sit with yourself, listen to the sound of your breathing, and manifest. All right. If your moon element is air. Okay. Again, Libra moon, Aquarius moon, or Gemini moon. And last but not least, if you are a fire moon, if your moon is in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, then your new moon manifestations are best served working with fire. You can, if you got a fire pit in your backyard and you like to go out there and sit out there, especially in the wintertime, I love to do that. I love after sunset to just put a few logs in the fire pit and sit out there with my tablet or whatever, or just sit out there and watch the stars. Okay. You can work with your fire pit. You can work with you can sit in front of the fireplace. You can literally light candles and just sit there in front of the candles and meditate on what it is that what intentions you want to set, that you want to see come into fruition in your life 6 months from now. Okay. Tonight we plant the seed. 6 months from now, we give gratitude for the reception of that thing that we planted 6 months earlier. So those are some instructions I wanted to put out there. Now, I'm going to go back and hold up this number one again and this piece of paper so I'll know that this is actually where I start the timestamps, okay? But maybe that first one, I'll just put a marker in there that says, if your element is this, okay? So anyway, here we go. Piece of paper, number one. If your Aquarius, if you have Aquarius sitting in your first house, and guys, I'm going to show you some pretty interesting scriptures that have to deal with this new moon in Aquarius and manifestation at the end of this as a bonus. Okay. Y'all know I like to give y'all a bonus at the end. And by the way, if you're coming in, you haven't done so already, please tap that like button for me. It's going to alert more people and let them know that we're live talking about this powerful content that is going to help you to upgrade your life. Okay. Now, first house, Aquarius rising. First house, Aquarius rising. What do you want to do? The title is New Moon in Aquarius. What do you want to do better? Okay. Think about ways that you want to reinvent yourself. How can you reinvent yourself? Are there unconventional ways that you can, let me get my unwords again, y'all. Let me get my unwords again. We're talking about an Aquarius in the first house, or Aquarius rising, or Aquarius ascendant in the tropical system, of course. Unconventional, unexpected. Remember, Uranus is the planet that rules over the sign of Aquarius, and Uranus is the planet of things that are unexpected. And of course, I keep forgetting these unwords. There's too many words, y'all. Unexpected and unconventional. Aquarius, unexpected, unconventional, all of the same energy. So maybe you want to do something unconventional with your appearance. Remember, the first house is the house of appearance, how we appear to the world. It is literally your I am statement. Your first house is your I am statement. So who do you want to be? How do you want to reinvent yourself? Think about ways that you can reinvent yourself and manifest that. What do you want to look like 6 months from now? Literally, what do you want to look like 6 months from now? Who do you want to be 6 months from now? How can you reinvent yourself? How can you remake yourself? That song, Don't Make Me Over. Aquarius is about making yourself over, okay? All right? So whatever that looks like for you, that is what you want to be manifesting based on your moon sign, okay? Based on your moon element, you work with the element that is aligned with your moon sign, okay? And I just went through those. So that's Aquarius in the first house. If you have an Aquarius in the first house, or aka Aquarius rising, think about ways that you want to reinvent yourself. Think about ways that you want to renew yourself. Whatever that favorite word is for you. Renew, refresh. Let me get some more. How do you want to refresh yourself? How do you want to rebuild yourself? Recreate. How can I recreate who I am? How can I recreate my appearance? The first house is the house of appearance. It is your rising sign. It is what people who don't know you think you are. People who don't know me, they think I'm a Libra. I'm a Libra rising, so they think, hey, he's got that Libra quality to him. Until they find out I'm a Capricorn, and I'm not as extroverted as I look on paper. All right, I'm an ambivert. I can be extroverted when I have to, but then I got to go recharge. Okay, so anyway, that is Aquarius in the first house. Think about ways to reinvent yourself. Think about ways to make yourself even better. Think about ways that you want to be better. Though, I mean, obviously, if you like the way you are, then it's fine. But this is new moon manifestations. So think about ways that you can rebuild, renew, refresh, recycle your energy, if even renew, reinvent. I like reinvent with the first house. How can I reinvent myself? Sometimes things get stale, right? Sometimes your wardrobe might get stale. Sometimes you might look at pictures and say, you know what? I've had that sweater for 5 years and it's starting to look a little drab. let me toss that sweater. Maybe I want to refresh my wardrobe so that I look better. Maybe you're looking through as you're getting your mind ready for the spring and the summer. Maybe you're looking through your clothes and you're like, you know what? I want to hit them with something they're not expecting. Let me switch up the style on them this summer. Those are just some ideas. Use your favorite reword with that if you are an Aquarius rising. Okay. All right. Now, if you have Aquarius in your second house, think about ways to refresh what you have. Think about ways to renew something that has to deal with your material possessions. Maybe you want to re-up your value system. Your second house is the house of values, things that we hold valuable, things that we hold near and dear. Your second house is also about security. Okay? Maybe you want to redo your personal security. It could be financial security, it could be personal security, it could be physical security. It could be your wealth. How can I renew my wealth? Maybe you want to look at your investments. And these are just ideas. I'm not telling you guys what to do. Maybe if you're an Aquarius in the second house, maybe you want to look at your investments. Maybe you want to talk to your investment advisor and say, hey, listen, my portfolio has been a little stale right now. For a while now, my portfolio has been stale. I want to grow. What are some ways I can grow my portfolio by 10%, 15%, 20%, even 25%? I know some guys that do great with investing. What are some ways that I can renew what it is that I have? Okay. Your material possessions. Maybe you want to, again, I talked about the wardrobe. The wardrobe is appearance, but guess what? The clothing part is things that you have. Maybe you want to renew. Maybe you want to clean out your old jewelry. Maybe you want to sell some of it or pawn it and get some new stuff in. You know, sometimes, y'all, if you don't want to become a pack rat, or you don't want to be, you don't want your house to appear on an episode of Hoarders, you got to move old stuff out so you can get new stuff in. That's Aquarian energy. Okay. Does everything that you have or things that you hold near and dear, things that are of value to you, do those things still bring you happiness? If they don't, keep in mind, we are aligned. This new moon in Aquarius is one of the most powerful new moons in years. Why? Because it is aligned with Pluto in Aquarius, and Pluto is the planet of power. It is also the planet of destruction and regeneration. So tap into that power. And y'all, I talk about these new moon and full moon cycles all the time, even some of these retrogrades. Everything in the cosmos is about portals. Portals are about divine timing. Divine timing is about seasons, all right? Seasons in our lives, seasons in the earth. You got so long to do something during a portal before that portal closes, all right? Y'all hear me talk about planting food and cucumbers a lot. I love cucumbers. That's like my favorite summertime vegetable. I love going outside, pulling a cucumber, a ripe cucumber off the vine, washing it off, cutting that bad boy up, and either juicing it or eating it. I love it. It's one of my favorite vegetables of all time. All right. And yet and still, if you look at that seed packet for cucumbers, there's a window. There's a date range based on the region that you live in that you have to plant. If you miss that range, you don't optimize the size and the growing of those cucumbers. Same thing with one of my favorite summertime fruits, watermelon. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You've got a window. Our lives and the way that we interact, our energies interact with the cosmos are the same. So if you have during a new moon in Aquarius that's aligned with Pluto in Aquarius, that's a very small portal, family. That's two days. Get these manifestations in. Get them in. I promise you, you're going to see the results. I promise you, you're going to see the results. This is what the so-called elites do all the time. They have astrologers on retainer that tell them, they ask all the time, what is the best time for me to make this acquisition? I want to make a corporate acquisition. Is this a good time? No, it's not a good time. When should I do it? Okay, let me take a look at the charts. Okay, the charts say you got about 2 to 3 days in April to do this. So these are the dates in April. You need to make this move then. Have everything lined up, get your people in place, get your money, your attorneys, whatever. This is how they optimize what they do and continue to run the show. Ancient rulers, dating back to the dawn of time, people have had people that could read the stars tell them when is the optimal time to do something. And I tell y'all all the time, the cosmos is just like someone who reads astrology is just like a meteorologist on the earth. They tell you this is what weather is coming to this region. Here's how you can plan ahead for it. It's the same thing with the cosmos, but a portal is a small door. It's like I like to talk about those midnight flash sales that you see on some of these different online websites. You think they won't keep that? They call it a midnight flash sale for a reason. That window is open from like 12 to 1 or 12 to 2. If you're snoozing or hitting that snooze button and you get up at 2:15, it's too late. It's over. It's the same with the cosmos. Take advantage of these dates and times when you got somebody who understands astrology and understands these portals. Is telling you to do it. Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto is in Aquarius for the next 20 or so years, okay? But this is a new moon in the sign of Aquarius, so it's in perfect alignment. Now is the time to tap into that power structure in the cosmos called Pluto and use that to help power your manifestations. I promise you they're going to be more powerful doing them in the next 2 days than they were even last year during the new moon in Aquarius. Why? Because Pluto was in Capricorn. This is how this works. I know this had nothing to do with the second house. Well, it kind of does, but I wanted to make this so important, guys. Portals are real. They're called energy portals, and they open for a minute and then they're closed. And you have to take advantage of when those portals are open and understand the energy to optimize and maximize your life. All right. So now that was I was about to say Pluto. That was if you have Aquarius sitting in your second house of possessions and values. Think about ways to refresh what it is that you have. Think about ways to innovate with your possessions. Think about ways to renew your possessions. Sometimes to renew, you got to go out with the old so you can get in with the new. That is Aquarius in your second house, okay? Talking about new moon manifestations. New moon in Aquarius, what do you want to do better? Now, moving on to house number 3. If you have Aquarius sitting in your third house, think about ways that you would like to reinvent how or refresh or renew how you express yourself. The third house is the house of communication. It's also the house of learning, okay? It's also the house of the conscious mind, your conscious thoughts. So think about ways that you want to renew your mind. Renew your mind. Let me show you this right here. I shared this with a couple of people I knew that had Scorpio in placements like the third house and the 12th house, okay? I want to share this with you guys really quick. Let me bring this up. Thank y'all for being here tonight. And if you're learning something, put a thumbs up in the chat. All right. Show you guys this. I tell you guys all the time, the Bible is not a religious book. It's a spiritual book that was hijacked by the religious establishment and turned into the doctrine of control. This is a spiritual book. It's a guidebook, okay? Romans 12:2, you see it on your screen here. And be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High for your life. Now, for those of y'all that are new to me, you've not seen Matt D. Talbot before, I try to cross-reference scripture. This one cross-references with, because people think, when people hear that, they think that's religion. It's not religion. I'm going to read that again. And be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's a very Aquarian principle. Be transformed, that's Plutonian, that is Scorpionic. Transformation is the energy of Scorpio. The renewing is the energy of Aquarius, okay? Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Aquarius also has transformational capabilities because they do it through innovation and renewal. So what is that reference with, Matt? Why did you say that's not religious? Why did you say that's spiritual? I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to show you who could tell it better than the Messiah himself, who is not a religious person, but was a spiritual teacher, a master spiritual teacher, okay? Let's go to Luke 17:20-21. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of God should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of God cometh not with observation, meaning you cannot see it. Neither shall they say, look here or look there, for behold, the kingdom of God is within you. It's within you. Let's take that back. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. If the kingdom of God is within you, then what did you come here to do? Be transformed by the renewing of your mind so you can figure out what it is that you came here to do and do it the right way. All right. Just wanted to throw that out there. I use that one example a lot. Okay. Now, thank y'all for the thumbs up. Thank y'all for the thumbs up. Thank you so much. All right. let's see. We finally got a washer dryer here in the place I'm living at. Washing either keeping or going away close. I heard that, Aaron. I heard that. So now back to that third house. The third house is among, in addition to communication, how we communicate, how we express ourselves. We can express ourselves through verbal communication or written communication. All of those are third house activities, but it is also the house of our conscious thoughts. Our conscious thoughts. So think about ways that we can renew or refresh or reinvent the way we express ourselves. Or maybe we just want to renew our minds. What is the new mentality that I want to grow over the next 6 months? I'm planting the seed tonight. I'm impregnating the universe with seed tonight. And I want that baby born when that full moon hits Aquarius in Leo season. Okay. It's probably going to be around August. I think around July. The new moon will be in July, and then 2 weeks later it'll be August, Leo season. Impregnate the universe tonight with how you want to reinvent the way you express yourself, or whatever reword fits for you. I told you guys to drop your rewords in the chat, so think about the reword, which is like do-over, or however we went through the prefixes. Hey, what's up, Bella? What's up, Bella? Nice to have you here tonight. So think about that and how you want to refresh, renew your mind. Okay, so let's go now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through these houses again, and then I'll catch up on the comments, give you guys a bonus, and then we'll roll out. So that was Aquarius in the third house. You got to know your house system. If you do not, you need to know when you do your birth chart or your natal chart calculator, you will need to know what time of in addition to your date of birth and your birthplace, the city, you will need to know what time you were born, and not about what time. You want to know what time. Okay. That is so important. That is so important to get your house system right. Otherwise, you won't know what sign you have in what house. Now, a good astrologer could help you deduce that. I've done that for some people. It's painstaking work, but we get it right. When you're good, you get it right. But it's better if you know your time, because then nobody has to go through this painstaking Q&A to help you figure out what your rising sign is. Okay. Anyway, let's keep it moving. If you have Aquarius sitting in your fourth house of home, family, emotions, family roots, that sort of thing, then you want to think about ways that you can refresh your emotions. You may want to refresh something or renew something about your home. Okay. You may want to manifest a new home. Now that could be considered a second house activity because it's a possession, but because it has to deal with home, it could also be, a new house, because that's also a fourth house function. So you may want to either renovate your home, right? That's a reword. You may want to renovate your home by summertime. You may want to refresh your home. You may want to sell your home and move into another one. You may want to start that cycle, which, depending on when you want to put it on the market or how long it takes you to get it prepared to put on the market, you may want to put your home on the market. Now, I don't necessarily recommend that with the interest rates being where they are, but you ain't got to hear that from me. All right. Okay. All right. So right now it's kind of rough because, if you're going to sell it, make sure you're getting enough in proceeds so that you got something else to move into, because it's getting slim out there. All right. I ain't going to talk about what these so-called elites that are trying to hold on to power are trying to do. All right. They would rather have you renting than owning. Let me just say that. So be smart about it. If you got Aquarius sitting in your fourth house and you're thinking about getting a new home, be smart about it. Okay. Make sure you got someplace you want to go before you put your home on the market, and make sure everything there is smooth. Okay. That's just an aside. I used to work in real estate a long time ago. Not giving you any advice, just telling you what Matt would do. Let me put it out there like that. Okay. Now, so let's keep it moving. Now that's about home. You may want to maybe you want to do a family reunion. Maybe you want to plan a family reunion. Okay. That may be something that you want to do. What could you do better at home? What could you do better with your family? Maybe you want to manifest spending more time with your children. Maybe you want to manifest doing more things at home with your family. Maybe you're gone too much and you're like, you know what? The amount of time I'm gone is having an adverse effect on my life at home with my family. Let me get back in touch with my family over these next 6 months. These are just some ideas for if you have, and it could be about your emotions. Hey, you know what? I've been on an emotional roller coaster for the last year. What are some ways? What do I want my emotional state to look like 6 months from now? Manifest that. Manifest that. Okay. Now's the time to do it. It's going to be powered up and juiced up by the fact that this new moon is conjunct Pluto in the sign of Aquarius. So you're going to get more power from that. And you got a small window to do it because this new moon cycle is going to last, I think, through this is Tuesday night. I think the moon is going to get out of that new moon phase and into the waxing moon phase by, I want to say Thursday, maybe late Wednesday, early Thursday. So am I right with that? No. Yeah, around Thursday, Friday, late Thursday, early Friday is when we're going to be out of that new moon cycle. So don't take all day, y'all. When this video is over, go do your manifestations. I did mine already. I did mine before this started. Now, remember the passage of scripture from the book of Matthew, the 6th chapter that I talked about. It ain't nobody's business what you're manifesting. Let me pull that up for the new people. Let me pull this up for the new people. Because remember, this is an instruction manual. It is not a religious book. All right? This is a spiritual instruction manual. So let me bring this up for the new people. Because what you're manifesting is between you and the universe, aka the Most High, aka the Creator, aka Source, aka the Divine, aka what I like to call the universal I Am presence. All right? All right? Right here, Matthew 6:6. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, meaning secret. And when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. Matthew 6:6. Pray in secret, and the Father will reward you openly. Don't tell anybody what you're manifesting. They don't even need to know you're manifesting, really. That's none of their business. But if you're going to tell somebody, well, it's a new moon, you're supposed to do your manifestations during the new moon, that's about as far as that conversation should go. Don't tell anybody what it is that you're manifesting. Let them see that result come summer. Man, how you get that? Oh, snap. Sis, how did that work out for you? Sis, how you do that? Oh, snap. Be that oh, snap factor. Don't tell somebody what you're working on. Why? Because there is this such thing as hindering your prayers or manifestations. You do have people out there that do something called evil eye, which is as simple as them having negative thoughts about what it is that you're trying to manifest. So it's nobody's business. Matthew 6:6, that's your reference. Let me put that in the chat. All right. All right. Remember that. Manifest in secret, and the Father will reward you openly. They didn't hear what went in, but they saw what came out. When you making a baby, do you invite an audience over? How many of y'all invite people over? How many of you tell your friends, fellas, how many of you tell your boys, hey man, yo, me and wifey about to, we about to make this seed. Yo, you want to come over and watch? How many of y'all ladies out there be telling your girls, hey girl, me and Boo thing about to we about to get it on. You wanna come see how we do it? If you ain't gonna tell nobody to come watch you when you smashing, don't tell nobody what you manifesting. We grown over here. We grown, so we drop it like that. All right. If you don't want nobody watching you when you smashing, then don't be telling nobody what you manifested. All right. Let them see the baby when the baby's born. They ain't got to see the process. Nobody needs to see how the sausage is made. All right. If you still eat sausage, nobody needs it. If you saw how the sausage was made, you might not eat it. All right. Shout out to my cousin who used to work with meat. He used to be a butcher. He said, if you saw how sausage was made, you wouldn't eat it. All right. Bella said, I can't. All right, y'all, let me keep it moving. That was Aquarius in the 4th house. If you have Aquarius in your 5th house, that is the house of creation. That is the house of our passions. That's the house of competition. That's the house of creativity. I like that. That's the house of children. That's your children. Creating children lives in the 5th house. Funny, I just transitioned from that, right? What a segue. So if you have Aquarius sitting in your 5th house, maybe you want to manifest, ladies. Maybe you want to manifest being pregnant by the summer. Maybe you want to add to your family. Fellas, maybe you want to be daddies by the summer. Okay. Or not. I mean, obviously these new moon impregnations, that birth cycle lasts 6 months. So it wouldn't happen that quickly. Hopefully it doesn't. But prayerfully it doesn't. But you get what I'm saying. Okay. So maybe there's something that you need to recreate. The 5th house is the house of recreation. Remember what I said? It sits opposite Aquarius. So maybe there's something that you already have that you want to recreate. Okay. Maybe there's something that you already have that you need to reinvent. Maybe there's a process in your life or something that you need to reinvent. If you're an athlete, I love talking to my athletes. Athletics belongs in the fifth house. Maybe you want to reinvent yourself as a player. Maybe you're not getting the results you want on the field or on the basketball court or what in whatever discipline you're in, the boxing ring, whatever, and you want to reinvent yourself. Put that manifestation in the universe tonight. Put it in there tonight. It's going to get supercharged by the moon being conjunct Pluto in the same sign of Aquarius. It's going to get supercharged. Pluto going to juice it up more so than new moon in Aquarius last year. So think about ways to recreate something that you do. Maybe you're an artist. You want to reinvent yourself as an artist. Maybe you're a performer. Okay. I know that singing is kind of a third house function, but if you're singing on the stage, that's a fifth house function. That's Leo energy all day. Leo energy is all about, hey, look at me. It sits opposite Aquarius, which is look at them. I'm in the background. I'm gonna help listen, I've had my time in the sun. I'm gonna help everybody else shine now. That's Aquarian energy. Okay. But Leo is like the spotlight's over here. So maybe you want to reinvent, maybe you want to renew or refresh a way to put yourself in the spotlight, to put yourself at center stage. I don't know who that's for, but work on it. Work on it. It's about fifth house is about passions and romance too. Maybe you need a refreshing, maybe you've been working so hard and denying yourself and you need some fresh romantic energy in your life. Maybe you want to refresh your romance life, okay? Your dating life. Dating is, some people might think that that's seventh house. Seventh house is marriage. That's when you're in that partnership. But dating is the fifth house. So maybe you want to refresh your dating life and you want that to come into fruition by the summer, which is a great time. It's a great time for it. All right, fellas, maybe you want to get that. Maybe you want to work on that six pack and them pecs and them shoulders and them traps. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you want to get in that gym so that when the summertime comes, you got that wife beater on, or you just out there cutting the grass and no shirt on, and them shorties come through and blow that horn at you. I'm just saying, I've had that. I've had them slowing down with their camera phone when I'm cutting grass, and I ain't even know Hulk Hogan, y'all. I ain't even know Incredible Hulk, Lou Ferrigno, none of that. I'm just saying, I said Hulk Hogan, not Hulk Hogan. I ain't no Lee Haney, I ain't no bodybuilder. You know what I'm saying? But when somebody sees something they like, they see something they like. So maybe you ain't getting no action, fellas, in that area. So you want to refresh your body. Put that manifestation out there tonight and watch some results come in by summer. All right? Watch some results come in by summer. Now, you might have to water that seed a little bit. So don't put that manifestation out there tonight and then go get you a dozen donuts from Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts tomorrow and be like, all right, man, yeah, man, I manifested some new romance, man, and the way I'm gonna do that, man, but get my body straight, man. So, I need a donut right now. Really, bro. Sometimes you got to water that seed, all right? That's if you got, those are just some ideas, family. If you got Aquarius sitting in your fifth house, all right? How can you be unconventional? How can you be unconventional, okay? How can you do the, how do you want to hit them with the unexpected 6 months from now? Those are things to think about. Okay. If you have Aquarius sitting in your sixth house, that is the house ruled by Virgo. It's the house of daily routines, tasks. It's about your health, okay? It is about your daily routines. It is about being organized, okay? How do you want to refresh or renew the way that you manage your daily tasks? Is there something, do you want to do something revolutionary? Do you want to do something revolutionary with regards to your daily tasks? Okay? Do you want something unexpected to appear into your life? This is about unexpected too, y'all. You can plant a seed for something unexpected. That's Uranus energy, which is the energy that rules over the sign of Aquarius. So you may just want to put something out there, say, look, universe, this is what I want. Hit me with it 6 months from now. Boom. That's that faith. That's that faith. Chakra number 3. Inner knowing, sight unseen. Maybe do that. But that sixth house is about daily routines, tasks, how we work. Okay? It is about how we work. It's about how we organize. All right. It is about how we manage our health. So maybe you want to reinvent yourself with regards to health. That's another area with regards to your body. Maybe you want to drop 20 pounds by summer. Maybe you want to change the way you eat. Maybe you want to, maybe you want to change the way that you eat so that you can have a refreshed appearance, which is kind of first house, but still you're refreshing. Maybe the doctor said, hey, you got some numbers that are borderline. You need to do some work here so that we don't have to put you on this medication. All right. Now is the time to put that manifestation out there. Now's the time to put that manifestation out there. Okay. Innovation. What do you want? What do you want to innovate? What do you want new to appear in your life with regards to sixth house activities? Sixth house activities. Okay. Your health, your daily tasks, the way you organize, maybe the way that you gather data needs to be refreshed. Now, Aquarius is also the energy of technology. Aquarius rules over technology as well. Now, some of you guys might say, well, Virgo, Gemini rules over technology, and Virgo is ruled by the planet Mercury. So most Virgos I know love tech as well. They love technology as well. So you got Virgo, which is the feminine representation of Mercury, and Gemini, which is the masculine representation of Mercury. They deal with technology too, but more from a communication standpoint. Aquarius is technology in general across the board. Why? Because technology helps us to be innovative. So maybe you want to manifest some new technology that you use to help you manage those daily tasks. Manifest it. Put it out there. All right. Those are just some ideas. Think about your favorite word and add it to that sixth house activity of daily tasks, work, health, routines, organization, analytics. All right. Moving on. If you have Aquarius sitting in your seventh house, that's your house of partnerships, your house of marriage. Okay. Marriage, partnerships, that's all seventh house activity. Maybe you want to renew your relationship. Okay. Maybe you want to refresh your relationship. Maybe you want a new relationship. Maybe you want to be out with the old and in with the new by 6 months from now, or maybe you just want to work on what you have. If you got Aquarius sitting in the seventh house of partnerships, marriage, whatever, maybe you want, well, that would be more Leo-ish, but maybe not. I don't recommend anybody use dating apps. That's just me, because I've heard too many negative horror stories about them. But a dating app, using dating apps, and that's more fifth house or whatever. But if you're on a dating app to find a spouse, technically speaking, that's Aquarius energy in the seventh house. But I don't recommend it. I've heard too many horror stories with it. Look, if you ask me, I have to put money down on either do it or stay away from it, I'm gonna put my money on stay away from the dating apps. And I don't care if you own a dating app and you watching me say this and you mad. Y'all find a way to secure your system and keep the weirdos out of it. All right. So that's Aquarius in the seventh house. How can you be revolutionary with regards to your relationship? How can you be revolutionary? That's the word I want to use. How can you reinvent your relationship? How can you be revolutionary in the area of relationship? What is there that's maybe hampering your relationship that needs to be destroyed by Pluto and replaced with something new? Now, be careful, because when you ask Pluto to do it, Pluto gonna get in there and find out what's broken and be like, you got to go. That's what Pluto in Aquarius energy is all about. What serves the greater good? If there's something that is not serving the greater good, the collective, when Pluto's in Aquarius, Pluto deads it. So it can be replaced by something else. But you can manifest that during this new moon in Aquarius cycle. So think about some way to refresh, renew, reinvigorate. Find your word. Aquarius is all about the re. It's all about the RE. So find your word that applies to relationships, marriage, and manifest that. Keep it to yourself and watch that baby impregnate the universe tonight and welcome that baby into the world in Leo season, because Leo season is when we get the full moon in Aquarius. Moving on to the eighth house. Eighth house. If you have Aquarius sitting in your eighth house, the eighth house is the house of transformation. Maybe you want to find new and innovative ways to transform. What is it that you want to transform? What do you want to transform about yourself, about a partnership. Because eighth house is, second house is my stuff, sitting opposite the eighth house, which is our stuff. So what do you want to refresh, renew with regards to what you possess together in a partnership or as a couple? Maybe you want to renew your sex life, okay? Maybe you want to reinvigorate that. Maybe you want to refresh it. Maybe you want to be unconventional. I ain't telling you what to do. I ain't telling you what to do. You take that and put it where it goes. No pun intended. I shouldn't be saying take that and put it where it goes when we're talking about eighth house. All right. My bad, Anye. I forgot you got my eye watching. My bad. Anyway, here we go. I'll let y'all have that birds and bees conversation when you need to. Y'all know. Matt, my bad, family. I'm gonna sip some water on that. Probably need to be something else clear after that statement, but we do what we do. All right, we keep it moving. All right, Bernadette, I got you. I got you. We catch you. Thank you. Catch the replay. It's something in it for you. So anyway, think about ways to renovate, renew, refresh, be revolutionary, revise, things that have to deal with how you transform. The eighth house is also the house that I did a video on this last year, family, or was it in 2023? Either 2023, 2024, I did a video talking about the eighth house is how we recharge. It is the energy that we use to recharge. I'm an eighth house Taurus, so I recharge and renew by getting to myself and doing self-care. That's all Taurus energy, okay? All right, I could do without the shopping part. I might buy myself something guyish, like a tennis racket or, a walkie-talkie, something that's guy stuff. But the shopping, I'm less the shopping part, more the food and comforts of home part of Taurus energy. I'm an eighth house Taurus, so I refresh and renew by getting in that Taurus self-care energy. So maybe because the eighth house is also how we recharge and renew, maybe you want to find new and innovative ways to recharge and renew yourself. Okay. So those are just some ideas for the eighth house. Now, if you have Taurus sitting in your ninth house, if you have Taurus sitting in your ninth house, that is the house of higher learning. That is the house of religion. That is the house of expansion, freedom, travel, foreign relations. Maybe you want to renew. Maybe you want to revisit someplace you went before. Okay. Maybe you want to revisit someplace you went before for a new reason. Okay. Maybe there's something that you didn't get to do when you were there before. So maybe you want to revisit it to renew yourself some type of way. Maybe you want to find new ways to interact with people that are in other countries, for example. Maybe you want to find new and innovative ways and fresh ways to be expansive, to it's also the house of higher learning. So maybe you want to go back to school. Maybe you want to learn something new. Okay. And now I know that's kind of Gemini energy as well. But if you're doing it for purposes of renewal or refreshing or doing something in a better way, remember this new moon in Aquarius is about what do you want to do better? Maybe you want to go back to school because whatever it is that you chose in the past, it didn't work out for you. So you want to do something a better way. So you take a class on it. All right. Those are just some ideas. The thing I like the best about the ninth house is that I call the ninth house the house of freedom. It's ruled by Sagittarius. You cannot hold the Sagittarius down. If you want to go to war with the Sagittarius, try to trap them. Try to keep them from traveling. Try to keep them from expanding themselves. You're going to have hell to pay. All right. They're going to turn quickly from Sagittarius to Sagittarius. All right. You don't want that. Trust me, you do not want that smoke with a Sagittarius. That is that ninth house energy. So if you have Aquarius sitting in your ninth house, maybe you want to refresh and renew. You want to find ways to be free or to feel free, to just feel, hey, you know what? I've allowed life to close in on me. What ways can I innovate? How can I innovate? What do I want my life to look like 6 months from now with regards to my being free and expansive and able to roam? Put that in the ground tonight, or in the air, or in the water, or in the fire, depending on what element your moon sign is. Okay, that's if you have Sagittarius. Maybe you want to find innovative ways to increase your wisdom. Maybe 6 months from now you want to be a lot wiser than you are today. Manifest that, but keep it to yourself. Okay. If you have a sitting in your 10th house, that is the house of career. Among other things, that is the house of careers, ruled by Capricorn. So it is how we work in career-wise, strategically. Strategically, Virgo is about daily tasks. Capricorn is about overall career strategy, the strategic part. Virgo is the practical part of it. Capricorn is the strategic part. So maybe you want to revise something with regards to your career. Maybe you're in a role at your job that has gotten stale, and over the next 6 months you want to transition to a new role. Manifest that tonight. Whatever reword works for you with regards to the 10th house. Do you want to renew your career? You want to refresh your career? You want to do something innovative? You want to be unconventional with regards to what you do in the public? Those are things to think about. You think about that. That only you can define what that is for you, what that's going to look like for you. Remember, do it during this new moon cycle because it's going to be supercharged by the energy of Pluto. And I promise you, in 6 months, let me tell you something. This is like doing your new moon manifestations in Aquarius this year is like, and it'll be again next year because Pluto's going to be sitting in Aquarius for 20 some years. So, but I'm talking about right now. This is the season to do it. Don't wait till next year. You can get it right now. Don't wait till next year. Okay. Next year ain't promising on anybody, right? Tomorrow's not promised, right? So don't wait. Do it right now. What do you want to do? What do you want your career to look like 6 months from now? How can you refresh that? How can you renew that? How can you revolutionize the way you work? How can you revolutionize your career? Think about those things. How can you do something that is unconventional, right? How can you hit them with the unexpected? Maybe you want to do something unexpected career-wise, like retiring 6 months from now. That's unexpected. That's very Aquarian. Maybe work has just gotten old and you're ready to retire. If you're ready to retire and you want that, you define how that's going to look for you. You define how much money you're going to need to do that. Expect it. Plant that seed and expect it. And watch how your situation springs forth over the next 6 months. This is how these things work. Okay? Unexpected is a retirement. Hey, why are you retiring, man? You're doing great here. You know what? Y'all didn't know that I was sick of working in this place. And I got this great thing that has just manifest for me, and I'm out. All right? Thank you, Live Rocks. I hope that helps. I hope that helps, Live Rocks. I hope that helps. So that's if you have Aquarius sitting in your 10th house. Now, if you have Aquarius sitting in your 11th house, okay? If you have Aquarius sitting in your 11th house, then the 11th house is our house of groupthink. It is how we interact with groups. It is how we interact with the collective. It is naturally ruled by Aquarius. So you're right at home if you have Aquarius sitting in your 11th house. It probably means you're in Aries rising, okay? So this one should be easy for you. What do you want to do that's revolutionary for some group that you work with? And it could be any group, only you know what that group is. This is for you, y'all. All I can do is give you suggestions. This is for you. Do you want to do something unconventional? Okay? Do you want to do something do you want something unexpected to appear with regards to the way that you interact with this group that you're with 6 months from now? Okay? Maybe you want to revise or revive something with that group. Maybe there's a group that you're working with where the energy has gotten stale, and you want to be the catalyst to the revival of the energy of that group. 6 months is a great time frame. Manifest that tonight. Whatever that maybe you want to refresh your group memberships. Maybe you're like, you know what? That group has outlived that group that I worked with, that I was giving my energy to. It was great for me to be in before. It has run its course. I'm no longer happy there. I want to manifest a new group affiliation that will revive my joy for giving, my joy for giving back to the collective. Manifest that tonight, but keep it to yourself. Shh, don't tell anybody. Matthew 6:6. Pray in secret, aka manifest in secret, and the Father will reward you openly. That's the beauty of it. When you do it in secret and everybody gets to see it, by the time they see it, they can't stop it because it's done. When you go out there running your mouth, telling everybody what it is you're trying to do, then people can put their thought energy on your stuff and work against it. All right? This is exactly why when I was dealing with the C word back in 2011 After I got that fateful diagnosis, I didn't tell anybody. The only people who knew was my spouse and my cousin, okay? And my boss at work. I had to eventually let him know that I was going to be out of work for a while dealing with that surgery. But I ain't telling anybody what I was dealing with. I darn sure didn't want to tell my mother because I ain't want her worrying about it. I ain't tell my dad. I ain't telling nobody. I ain't want no people be like, oh man, he got that thing, man. Ugh. I was like, I gotta focus. I gotta focus. I know I'm gonna overcome this. But if I start telling everybody what I'm dealing with, then I'm not only battling something that I was dealing with on the inside of me, I'm now battling all these other energies. This is why you're supposed to Matthew 6 and 6 them. When you manifest in Matthew 6 and 6 them, I'd already manifested my healing. I'd already manifested my recovery. I wrote it down. I put it on the mirror. It said, Matthew, your body is healed and made stronger than ever. I wrote that down. Write it, read it, write it, see it, say it, hear it, right? Write it. When you write it, you see it. When you see it, you say it. When you say it, you hear it. So I write it, see it, say it, hear it. I did that. I had that on the mirror. I have my favorite scriptures on the. I even got my favorite one here on this little dog tag here. Isaiah 40 and 31. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not get weary. They shall walk and not faint. I read that every day. Every day. I ain't telling nobody outside of here what I was working on. Keep your to yourself. Let them see the result. When they saw the finished result, they were like, man, you went through what? It's like, yeah, it's behind me now. Now I'll tell you about what I went through. Then they get to see the open reward. Pray in secret and the Father will reward you openly. Pray in secret and the universe will reward you openly. Stop telling your business. Everybody don't need to know what you manifested. Like I said, if you creating a baby, you ain't going to invite nobody over to watch the conception. If you ain't going to let nobody watch the conception, then keep your mouth shut when you are manifesting something. All right? That's if you have Aquarius sitting in your 11th house. Finally, if you have Aquarius sitting in your 12th house, okay? 1 and 2. If you got Aquarius sitting in your 12th house, if Aquarius is in your 12th house, that is the house that is ruled by Pisces. That is the house of your subconscious. Remember? I'm going to pull that up again. Because that mind, you got two phases of the mind. You got the conscious mind. You really got three, well, two. The superconscious is like your higher self. I'm not going to count that. You got your conscious and your subconscious. The third house, aka Gemini, rules over the third house, which is ruled by Gemini, rules over your conscious mind. The 12th house, which is ruled by Pisces, rules over your subconscious mind. So I'm going to read this one again for y'all. All right. This applies. Romans 12 and 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by what? The renewing of your mind. All right. The renewing of your mind. If it's in the third house, it's your conscious mind. If it's in the 12th house, it's your subconscious mind. What are the conversations we're having with ourselves? Subconsciously. All right. Be you transformed by the renewing of your mind that you might prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God for your life, or that perfect plan for your life. By the renewing of your mind, your conscious mind, your conscious thoughts, and your subconscious. The kingdom of God is within you. So is your soul plan. But you got to go within to extract it. Can't nobody outside of you tell you what your soul plan is. That's what it means when it says, told y'all, man, this is a manual. This is an instruction manual. It's not a religious book. Hang on. Luke, I'll just go straight there. I thought I had it up in here, but I'll go straight there. I'm being redundant for a reason. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees, when the kingdom of God should come, he answered them and said, this is the Messiah talking, the kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation. You can't see it outside of you. Neither shall they say, look here or look there, for behold, the kingdom of God is within you. All right? All right? So when you're being transformed by the renewing of your mind so that you might prove what is that good, acceptable, and perfect will of the power, the kingdom of the power, the kingdom of God is within you, you got to go within. Got to go within. That kingdom of God is going to look different for everybody else. It's going to be high vibrational. That's the only place it's going to look similar. It's high vibrational. It's not low vibrational. But within the realms of high vibrational energy, it's going to look different for everybody else. Why? Because that kingdom is what you came here to do. So if you got Aquarius sitting in your 12th house, of which is ruled by Pisces, among other things, it is your subconscious. But guess what? It is also the 12th house is the bridge between heaven and earth. It is the bridge between the physical realm and the spiritual realm. So whenever I see 12th house in a natal chart, immediately I know that's somebody that came here to do something spiritual. So maybe you want to find new ways to connect to the spirit. Maybe you want to refresh your spiritual gifts. Maybe your spiritual gifts have gotten stale because you haven't spent enough time with yourself. Maybe you're so busy running around. I heard somebody say this earlier today. Somebody was mentioning how social media can cloud your spiritual gifts. Why? Because some of the stuff you see on social media can cast doubt. Doubt and spiritual gifts don't go together. They don't. Doubt and spiritual gifts do not go together. Why do you think it says walk in the spirit and you will not fulfill the flesh, the desires of the flesh or the lust of the flesh? That has to deal with the things that the flesh wants to please itself. So when you walk, the flesh is like your lower self. Think of flesh as lower self and spirit as your higher self. So it's saying if you're walking in your higher self, then you can't get mired down in the desires of the lower self. And I'm not saying that you're not going to go between higher self and lower self. Obviously, you're here. But you don't want to spend too much time in either place. You don't want to spend too much time in your higher self. You got to come back. You got to take what you pulled out of the higher realms and bring it into earth so that it can be used. Okay. But if you spend too much time in your lower self, then you can't get new messages from your higher self. So if you have Aquarius sitting in your 12th house, think about ways to revolutionize how you connect to your inner man, how you connect to your subconscious thoughts, how you connect to the spirit, how you connect to your ancestors. If you get, some of y'all get messages from your ancestors. I know people to this day that get recipes and stuff. How did great grandma show me how to make this? They never met their great grandmother. I know people have gotten information from their great and great great grandparents via the ancestral realm, via meditations, via dreams, via visions, and they never met them. They wake up, they call their mother up or their grandmother and explain what they saw. They'd be like, "Oh, that's your great grandmother." That has happened for people. So think about ways that you want to refresh your spirituality, renew your spirituality, reinvent yourself as a spiritual being. If you have Aquarius sitting in your 12th house, those are just some suggestions. Think about what your favorite reword is and apply it to the house that you have Aquarius sitting in. All right, that's all the houses, family. Now I'm gonna go through these comments, and I got some final. I got them bonus scriptures for y'all. Okay, so I've gone through houses 1 through 12, and what I will do is I'll come back probably tomorrow and timestamp these for you guys. If you're watching this on demand, then hopefully by the time you're watching it, there will be timestamps in the description box and in the pinned comments. I'm finally out of YouTube. I'm finally off YouTube probation, and they'll let me put pinned comments again, y'all. Jeez. Slap a guy for telling the truth. Anyway, there's going to come a day where speech is truly going to be free. There's going to come a day, and it's real soon. It's real soon, y'all. It's real soon. Super soon. Super soon. Okay? So, now, let me read some comments. Thank y'all for being here tonight, and I hope you guys got something out of that. All right, so let me go back up, and I'm going to jump in right where Mistress Forgiveness. What's up, Mistress Forgiveness? She said, peace, family. You and your feelings. What's up, fam? Aqua Rising here with Virgo Moon Earth. Okay, so you know what to do. You know where to go and do your new moon manifestations. You got it. All right. So so you got Aquarius in your first house. So you already know, go outside barefoot, sit with your back to the tree, sit with your butt on the earth, whatever, and think about ways that you want to reinvent yourself. All right. All right. Live Rock said, is that why I like candles and incense burning? Aries moon. That's exactly why you like that, Live Rocks. That is exactly why you like that. Kind of why I love taking baths. I'm a moon. I'm a water moon. Let's see. Fair use at Empathy Cafe. Peace, family. My moon is in Libra. Okay, so you know what to do. Libra is like that ambi sign, that omni sign. All you got to do is speak it, but speak it to yourself. Don't speak it in anybody's presence. You can think it. You can manifest it. You can go outside, breathe, just sit, listen to the sound of your breath going in and out of your lungs. Simply move air. And that's how you want to do your manifestations. Bernadette said, me too, Live Rocks. I'm a Sag Moon. Got that. Bernadette's not. She's off the chat now. Let's see. You and your feelings. LOL, I just threw out old clothes. That's what I'm talking about, you and your feelings. Aaron Choi said, we finally got to wash and dry. I saw that one. Jojo, okay, everybody, thanks for the thumbs up. Let's see. You and your feelings said Aquarius in the 12th with Jupiter. I'm in for it this year with my Jupiter and now Pluto coming in. Boom. Yes. Yes. You got Jupiter. Let me tell you something about Jupiter in the 12th house, people, because I know one of them. Jupiter in the 12th house, you are gifted in the ability to know. You know things. That 12th house is the house ruled by Pisces, which are the knowers. I told you, all your water signs are your most spiritual people. Water is spirit, okay? I ain't talking about spirit in the same way that breath and air is. I'm talking about these spiritual signs that deal with the emotions. That's water. Those are the people. Your Cancers are your empaths. They're your feelers. Your Scorpios are your seers, okay? They can see anything, especially depending on what moon phase you were born under. My God. My God, if you're a Scorpio that was born under a new moon, you literally can see in the dark. And I don't mean like with your eyes. You probably can. I don't know. That could be a superpower that is either unlocked or will soon be unlocked with these DNA upgrades. But I'm talking about spiritually speaking, you can see better than any other person born under any other moon phase. All right. So that's an interesting thing that I find with people that were born under the new moon, especially if it is a very spiritual sign. If it's a spiritual moon sign, okay. So let's keep going. Yeah. So Jupiter 12th house people. Jupiter's where our gifts are. That's where our gifts are. So if you are a Jupiter 12th house, you are a gifted spiritualist. You have spiritual gifts out of this world. You literally have spiritual gifts that take you over the top. You literally have spiritual gifts that take you over the top if you have a Jupiter in the 12th house. Okay, I love that for you and your feelings. I love it for you. It could be heavy. You probably, when you were younger, you probably told people stuff and they looked at you like you were crazy. A lot of that comes with that Jupiter in the 12th house. You didn't know that you had that gift. So anytime I see 12th house in a chart, if I see 0 degrees in a chart, I'm going to talk about 0 degrees because I found out something special about that 0 degree placement. I'm going to do that in an upcoming future live, okay? But anyway, yeah, them 12th house people, when I see 12th house in the chart, I stand up. I stand up and take notice because I'm like, oh, that's a spiritual person. Let's see what it is. Bella, what's up, Bella? Let's see. Bella's okay. I got that one. Yeah, I know I was cracking y'all up over there. Fair Use said they should learn to. Fair Use at Empathy Cafe said they should learn to keep it demure in these messy streets. I love that. I love that. Fair Use and Empathy. Fanny LeGrand said Leo North Node in the 7th with a moon in the 5th. Okay. But what house is your Aquarius in, Fanny? What house is your Aquarius in? Because you got, well, I know you got Aquarius in the South Node, but what house do you have Aquarius in? I'd be interested to know because that's what you're gonna want to manifest for this current moon cycle. Okay, this new moon cycle. Bernadette, okay, I got that one. Taurus girl said, okay, Aquarius, not Taurus. Taurus girl said Aquarius, not Taurus. Okay. Looks like my moon is in Libra. Fair Use at okay, so we know what that is. Aquarius in the night. I got that one. Live Rocks. Aquarius in my 11th house. Fair Use. Okay. Fair Use at Empathy Cafe. So you must be Aries rising. She said we're overcomers. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay. Familiarity breeds contempt. That's a very true statement. That didn't come from nowhere. Let's see. Fair Use at Empathy said the ancestors taught me how to make black protection salt. Yo, I've heard about that. I could tell y'all some stories about that protection salt that I've seen on the dreamscape, like in visions. That salt is like, that's real. That is real. Salt is high vibrational, y'all. This is why people go to the ocean to heal. People think that that's like woo woo with salt, but salt. I heard of somebody. This one guy said, I saw an Instagram video. He said, put a little bit, just a little bit of sea salt in your shoe before you leave the house and watch how it changes your day. And I did that one time. I said, let me see what this does. Let me tell you how that calmed my energy. I just felt like calm all day, almost like being at the beach, literally. Almost like being in the beach with your feet in the water and that salt water soaking into your. So it basically discharges negative ions that balance out the positive. And when I say negative, I don't mean negative like bad. I mean negative as in feminine energy, like spiritual. Negative ions are spiritual, positive ions are physical. That's kind of how that works. Okay. That's kind of how that works. So when you're out of balance, that negative ion brings things back into balance. Okay. This is why people go to the beach. They tell you to go to the beach to discharge excess. It's also why they tell you to ground, go outside and ground, because the earth is feminine. So the negative ions in the earth pull excessive positive ions can lead. This is things I've read. I'm not a doctor. Things I've read, things I've heard. Excessive positive ions, excessive proton energy can lead to like disease process. So you need to balance with things like salt. So that's interesting that you bring that up. Tora Girl said, thanks, Matt. My pleasure, Tora Girl. Let's see. Fair You said, sometimes I can see a whole movie on my eyelids as a Scorpio, if that makes sense. It does make sense. It absolutely does make sense. You and Your Feelings said, yes, my aunt said I would say stuff and it would happen. See, I'm not telling y'all what I think. I'm telling y'all what I know. Barbara Garcia from here, astrology, my moon conjunct Jupiter in Aquarius in the 5th house. Okay. All right. So work on that. Oh, you got Jupiter in the 5th house. Okay, you're gifted in the area of romance. Then I mean, you can make people feel love. Don't kick them to the curb if you kick them to the curb if you don't. I don't know that. You know what to do with that. I can't tell you to do with that, Barbara. All right, but I love it. I love that for you. Aaron said, when I was a kid, I cut my foot on accident on a sharp stone. I remembered about the salt water, and my childhood home was a lake residence. I put my cut foot in the water. It stopped bleeding. Yep. Y'all, this ancient knowledge is coming back. It's coming back, y'all. For the last however many hundreds of years, we've been bombarded with information that keeps us bound. All praises to the Most High that those chains are breaking and falling away, and we're coming back into the knowledge of the truth and things that actually work for our bodies, things that work with our bodies. I love it, y'all. This is a beautiful time to be alive. It really is. So now that I'm caught up on the comments, let me give you guys some bonus scriptures, and then we're going to get out of here. All right. So let me tell you guys, I found these fascinating. I think they apply here. So I'm going to give you an abstract scripture. And this one is asking the question, can this passage of scripture be applicable to the new moon in Aquarius? I'm going to read it. We can together see if it fits. Okay. When I'm done with that one, I'm going to give you guys a powerful prophetic scripture regarding the coming age of Aquarius, written in scripture however many thousands of years ago when this stuff was written. Okay. It comes from the book of Isaiah. But first, let me hit this New Testament scripture that it's abstract, but it could be considered to be applicable. Let's bring it up. This comes from Luke, the 22nd chapter. So let's go there. All right, here we go. Luke. I'm your father, Luke. Luke, the 22nd chapter. All right, let me see. What is that verse? Hang on. 22. Let's go to verse 7. Okay. Luke 22:7 through 12. I'm going to read this, and y'all tell me. I think it does. I think it can be applied, but y'all put it in the comments. And by the way, if y'all haven't done so already, please tap that like button for me. It really does help. Okay. Now, then came the day of unleavened bread. By the way, for those of y'all who haven't figured it out yet, I typically read from the King James Version. Sometimes I will cross-reference with some other translations, but my preferred one is the one I grew up with, and that's the King James Version. So if you got a different one you want to read along, feel free to do so. Luke 22:7 through 12. Then came the day of unleavened bread, when the Passover must be killed. Passover sacrifice, okay? Verse 8. And he sent Peter and John, who did the Messiah. And he sent Peter and John, saying, go and prepare us the Passover that we may eat. Go and prepare us the Passover that we may eat. Verse 9. And they said unto him, where wilt thou that we prepare it? Where do you want us to do it? Verse 10. And he said unto them, behold, when you are entered into the city, there shall a man meet you bearing a pitcher of water. Follow him into the house where he entereth in. Verse 11, and ye shall say unto the good man of the house, the master saith unto thee, where is the guest chamber where I shall eat the Passover with my disciples? Verse 12, and he shall show you a large upper room furnished. There, make ready. Okay? I'm gonna leave that up on the screen while I'm breaking this down, fam. I'm gonna leave that up on the screen, okay? Because we want to talk about this. And he sent Peter and John, saying, go and prepare us Passover that we may eat. Go and prepare this for us. And they said unto him, where wilt thou that we prepare? Where should we do it at? And he said unto them, behold, when you are entered into the city, there shall a man meet you bearing a pitcher of water. Aquarius is the water bearer. Aquarius is masculine energy. There shall a man meet you bearing a pitcher of water. Follow him into the house where he entereth in. We got 12 houses in the zodiac. So he's saying, follow him into the house that he's sitting in. What are we doing tonight? And you shall say unto the good man of the house, the master saith unto thee, where is the guest chamber where I shall eat the Passover with my disciples? And he shall show you a large upper room furnished. There, make ready. Furnished, meaning it's already prepared. It's already laid out for you. So, saying to the good man of the house, the master saith unto thee, where is the guest chamber where I shall eat the Passover with my disciples? That guest chamber, he said, follow the man bearing the pitcher of water into the house that he enters in. What house do you have Aquarius sitting in? There you'll go to prepare the Passover. There you go to prepare what it is that you're going to eat to refresh and recharge your body, right? I think it fits. I think it fits. Y'all tell me. I think it fits. Y'all tell me. Okay? Just because that description of third eye activation meditation, that one I'm not aware of, but because I'm never someone to dismiss something just because I'd never heard of it. So I'm definitely going to look into that. But I wanted to throw that out there because when he says follow the man into the house and he'll show you the room, what house do you guys have? When you following that man who's a water bearer, Aquarius. So I think that you can kind of play with that a little bit and it could apply here. It could apply here. Follow the man into the house and he's going to show you the room that's prepared for you. I'm showing y'all the room that's prepared for you. Now, I'm not an Aquarius, but I'm saying we're talking about Aquarius, the new moon in Aquarius. And, you know, the new moons are about manifestations and planting seeds for something that we're going to receive in 6 months. Okay? We plant the seed, we eat the fruit thereof 6 months later. We conceive, we welcome the baby into the world 6 months later. Okay, I ain't talking about for those of you just tuning in. I know it takes 9 months to make a real baby. I'm talking about the new moon versus the full moon. They're 6 months apart. Okay, so just wanted to throw that out there. Y'all can play around with that one. But now I'm going to hit you with this interesting prophecy I saw. And this one comes from the book of Isaiah. And this is the last one I got. I'll read some final comments after that and we'll wrap up, family. Prophecy regarding the coming age of Aquarius. I got it as a question mark. Let me read this passage of scripture. It comes from the 44th chapter of Isaiah. All right. Isaiah chapter 44. Okay. All right. We're going to read verses 1 through 5. And let me bring this up on the screen. All right. Isaiah chapter 44, verses 1 through 5. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith the power that made thee, and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the watercourses. One shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel. That seems abstract, right? I'm gonna slow it down and read it one more time, because this could be an ancient prophecy about the coming age of Aquarius. Think about what is happening during this age of Aquarius. Think about the awakening of the biblical children of Israel to their true identity, that they're not nobodies or they're not the bywords a curse that was placed upon them in Deuteronomy 26 or Deuteronomy 28. It said, and you'll be called by a byword. Let me look that up real quick. Y'all watching me do this real time. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. A byword. What's a byword? A word you go by. Negro, black, colored, Afro-American, African-American, Afro-Caribbean, Jamaican, Bahamian, Barbadosian, or whatever. Okay? All right? Let me read that again. Isaiah 44. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith the Lord that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, the water bearer, Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, and floods upon the dry ground. What happens when you put water on dry ground? It becomes fertile and life starts to spring from it. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed. The elders didn't know it. A lot of the elders didn't have the knowledge of who they were. They were still going by these bywords. This new generation has awakened. The life is springing now, and they're calling themselves by their ancient identity. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed. Isn't there a prophecy of scripture that says, in the last days, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh? Verse 3 again, for I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring. The blessing that a lot of y'all going to see in this lifetime, your elders couldn't see it. They were the bridge to get you here. That's why he said, my blessing upon thine offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, and as willows by the water courses, or by willow trees by the water. Water courses are running water. Rivers, streams. Okay? Rivers and streams. Verse 5, one shall say, I am the Lord's. What are they saying now? What are these people that are waking up now saying? And another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel. Look at all of these people changing their last names. Look at all these people. Look at my man. What's his name? I watched a lot of his videos back in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. Benaiah ben Israel. Benaiah ben Israel. That ain't his legal name. This says right here, another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, meaning I'm writing down this is what my name is. Look at all these people wearing these hats and t-shirts that say Yahweh in the ancient script. And surname himself by the name of Israel. Benaiah Israel. That's a prophecy, y'all. That's a prophecy about the coming age of Aquarius. That didn't happen in the age of Pisces. The age of Pisces was the age of believing. That's Isaiah 44 and 1 through 5. Y'all read it for yourself. That blew my mind when I saw that today. Let me put that in the chat. Told you, man, you gotta have the ability to be able to decipher the scripture. Y'all think it's a coincidence? We're talking about this comes out during the Aquarius new moon, during Pluto and Aquarius. What did I say Aquarius energy is about? Uranus, which is the unexpected. I ain't even expect to be doing it. This was not planned, y'all. I literally saw that prophecy. I was in the office. What's this? 8 o'clock, 9:44. I literally saw that prophecy about 9 hours ago. I didn't see it before. It was just revealed to me 9 hours ago when I was getting ready for this live. It was literally revealed to me 9 hours ago. This stuff is real, y'all. This stuff is real. This is why I've been saying, if your church pastor, if you still go to church, ain't talking prophecy and identity, you wasting your time sitting in there. This is why I'm saying this stuff. This stuff is being brought to the light right now. It can't even be hidden anymore. It can no longer be hidden. That, if you can't see that, then you got to still be asleep. If you cannot see what I just showed you there, you have to still be asleep. That's all I got. That's all I got. I can't do anything else with that. I want to. I can't do anything else with that. I'm sitting here looking at the scripture. I can't do anything else with that. It's right there in front of you. Let me show you something else. Hang on one more time. I'm hang on one more time, y'all. Let me see. Let's show y'all this. Let me show y'all why this stuff is dropping the way it is. Let me show y'all why it's dropping the way it is. All right, let's do this. Let's go to this psalm right here. Let's go to this psalm. This will be the last thing I show. This is bonus. This wasn't even in my notes for the night, but I'm gonna do this right here. Let me show y'all why this is dropping like this. Why you ain't hearing other people drop this stuff. Shout out to Big Judah, because he runs this one a lot too. Shout out to Big Judah. But I'm gonna show this one. I'm gonna show this one on the screen. Shout out to Big Judah. Psalms 147. I'm showing y'all why this thing came to me 9 hours ago, and I'd never seen that before. I never saw that before. I've read the Bible. I've read the whole. I've never made it all the way through the end of the New Testament. Like when I got to the New Testament, I started jumping around because I kind of knew it. But I set out one year to read the Bible from cover to cover, and I got the Old Testament out of the way. This, you read, when you know you got 150 Psalms to read, you just start rolling through them. They don't really stick. You just like, okay, let me do my reading assignment for today. So I've read this before, but I didn't see it. Let me read this for y'all. Psalm 147. Praise you, the power, the Most High, for it is good to sing praises unto our power, for it is pleasant, and praise is comely. The Most High doth build up Jerusalem. He gathereth together the outcasts of Israel. Pay attention. I ain't talking about 1948. Pay attention, okay? I ain't talking about 1948. This ain't what that's talking about. I ain't talking about 1948. All right? I said that the third time. I ain't got to say it no more. Verse 3. He healeth the broken in heart and bindeth up their wounds. He telleth the number of the stars. He calleth all them by their names. That's that astrology that Christianity is still telling you is evil. He telleth the number of the stars. He calleth them all by their names. These stars have names. But somehow the church said it's evil to know the names of the stars and what their functions are. Verse 4 again. Verse 3 again. He healeth the broken in heart and bindeth up their wounds. He telleth the number of the stars. He calleth them all by their names. Great is our power, and of great power. His understanding is infinite. The Most High lifteth up the meek. He casteth the wicked down to the ground. That's happening right now. And it's going to continue to happen. These former world leaders, these people that think they're on the top right now, he's talking to them right there. Verse 6, he casteth the wicked down to the ground. Verse 7, sing unto the Most High with thanksgiving. Sing praise upon the harp unto our power. Who covereth the heaven with clouds, who prepareth rain for the earth, who maketh grass to grow upon the mountains. He giveth to the beast his food, talking about the animals of the field, and to the young ravens which cry. They don't work anywhere for the food they eat. Pay attention. Verse 10, he delighteth not in the strength of the horse. He taketh not pleasure in the legs of a man. The Most High taketh pleasure in them that fear him. I like respect better because fear is low vibrational. That was something that was written in by the religious establishment. I like respect right there better. Or honor. I even like honor better there. The Most High taketh pleasure in them that honor him, and those that hope in his mercy. Praise the Most High, O Jerusalem. Praise thy power, O Zion. For he hath strengthened the bars of thy gates. He hath blessed thy children within thee. He maketh peace in thy borders. Is there peace in 1948, current modern day Israel right now? I wonder why. He maketh peace in thy borders, and filleth thee with the finest of the wheat. He sendeth forth his commandment upon earth. His word runneth very swiftly. He giveth snow like wool. He scattereth the hoarfrost like ashes. He casteth forth his ice like morsels. Who can stand before his cold? It's been pretty cold in the southeast here the last week. He sendeth out his word and melteth them. He causeth his wind to blow, and the waters flow. He showeth his word unto Jacob. This is the part right here, y'all. Verse 19 and 20. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Most High. That's the kicker, verses 19 and 20. He showeth his word unto Jacob. This is why you're not hearing this in the church houses. This is why you're not hearing this in the synagogues. Because he ain't show his word to them. He shows his word to Jacob. This is why you got to turn on YouTube and see a guy sitting in his car breaking his stuff down to you. This is why you got to turn on YouTube and see a guy with a regular ASS shirt on, wearing an ankh, okay, and a black obsidian and a passage of scripture on a dog tag that says Isaiah 40 and 31, breaking this down to you. That's who he showed it to. That in and of itself, you can reverse engineer that. That verse 19 in and of itself should show you who Jacob is. I'm gonna get off that, y'all. Let me get off of that. Because I'm off of the purpose of this live. Let me get off of that. All right. Tora Girl said it's reveal. Hello, Tora Girl. Hello, it's reveal. So listen, y'all. There's a lot coming out right now, but I don't want to. I took y'all down a side street. Let me get you back on the main road. Rewatch this video. I'm going to put the timestamps in it for those of you that are watching this on demand. Whatever house you have Aquarius in, that is the direction of life you want to direct your new moon manifestations in this season. Thank you, Bella. Thank you. That is the season in life that you want to direct your new moon manifestations. What house do you have Aquarius sitting in? I gave y'all some awesome scriptures, gave you some stuff to think about, and the timestamps will be in this video by tomorrow sometime. I might do it tonight. I might get Froggy and do it tonight. Sometimes I tell y'all I'm going to do it in a day or two, and I do it that same night. I don't ever want to set your expectations high and miss them. So I like to set them low and surprise you. Be unconventional, like Aquarian energy, all right? Okay, family? Yeah. I enjoyed this one tonight. I hope y'all did too. I'm going to get ready to end this live because this is getting into that time where I don't want to get off of here, and I know I should. So thank y'all for being here tonight, and I hope y'all get something out of this. Again, think about all of the things that we talked about tonight, and that this is a time for renewal. This is a time for refreshing. This is a time for reinventing yourself. Keep your manifestations to yourself. Work with the element that matches the element of your moon, of your natal moon. Work with that element. I'm not saying that you can't work outside of it, but if you want to maximize the energy, work with that element. And by all means, remember that the cosmos and the way that they move opens and closes portals in divine timing. The doors open, you can get in it. When the doors close, you can't. That's the whole basis of the prophecy of the 5 wise virgins and the 5 foolish virgins. They only had so much time to get oil for their lamps. If they waited until the bridegroom showed up, you ain't getting no oil from me. You ain't getting no oil from Live Rocks. You ain't getting no oil from Allie. You ain't getting no oil from Bella. You ain't getting no oil from Tora Girl. Just because. You ain't getting no oil from nobody else in this chat. They got oil. Get your oil while you can get oil. Keep your vibrations high, family. Keep your vibrations high. All right? I'm going to say to you guys what I said to a very, very good friend of mine earlier this week, okay? What you focus on expands. Remember that. What you focus on expands. All right? You want good, you got to focus on good. The more you see good, the more you receive good. The more you see negative, the more you're going to receive negative. Why? Because what you focus on expands. So focus on what you want to appear in your life. Don't focus energy on what you do not want to appear in your life, because what you focus on expands. All right. Aaron, thank you for being here. I've never seen your name in the chat before. So thank you. Hopefully you'll consider subscribing. That's a good and with that, I'm going to segue. Y'all listen, I'm gonna end this one like I end them all. First of all, if you haven't done so, please hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Okay. And if you're new to my channel and you like being educated, entertained, uplifted, inspired, please hit that subscribe button and make sure your notification bell is set to all. Don't just leave it in the middle, because this platform been kind of tripping on my channel a little bit. So if you want to make sure you're getting that notification, set it to all. That way you'll be notified when I upload new content. If I drop a community post, if I do, if I'm live, you'll be notified. And last but not least, family, I always say this: tell somebody you love them and mean it. Mean it. How do you mean it? You got to show it. There's a lot of people out there. I know some of these guys. Okay, like President Trump says, I know a guy. I know guys who do. I know guys. Listen, I know a lot of guys. They say I love you. They don't mean it. How do you know they don't mean it? They don't do anything. Oh, they're just empty words. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You have to show it. Love is a verb. It's a noun as well. But when we focus on the verb, the noun always takes care of itself. All right. I love you guys. You're welcome to everybody that said thank you. Thank you to everybody that showed up here tonight. You guys' energy always makes this rich for me. It makes this a very rich experience. So thank you guys for being a part of this live stream. And finally, I think I'm going to get, for a long time, I haven't done this in a while, I'm going to get done in under 2 hours. So thank you guys for being here tonight. You guys have a blessed rest of your week. And I've been pushing it back for some reason, but hopefully I'll get that one about debilitated planets and debunking that theory. Hopefully I'll get that out before this week is out. We'll see what happens. I love you guys. Peace.